Today I'm resawing some koa for a jewelry box that I'm going to make, and I'm trying to resaw this to about 3/8 of an inch thick. I want to finish it out at 5/16 or 1/4 of an inch, something fairly thin. And I'm having a little trouble using a fence, and I'll show you what my trouble is. I've got a nice fence here set up on the table. This is a Carter Mag fence, excellent fence for a bandsaw. But here's going to be my issue. This koa is very figured, it's very nice wood, but it's got a lot of stress in the wood, and when I start to cut, this wood is going to start to open, and I'm going to start losing my position against the fence. And you'll probably see that. I'm going to just turn my bandsaw on here. Right up. I don't like my fingers like that against the back either. Fairly nice cut. Excellent machine surface. No problem with that. Except I don't like that opening up and getting down a perfectly flat board here. So what I'm going to do is resaw the way a sawmill would resaw. So I'm just going to shut my machine off, and I'm going to readapt my machine to a miniature sawmill. Hopefully we're going to do this really quick. So I'm going to take my fence off, blow the dust clear, set up a little sliding table. Table's really easy to set up. I have a piece of 3/4 inch. I'm going to set it up flush with the end right here, and to keep it so it's going to slide in and out straight, I'm going to use some Blue Max clamps. Now these clamps right here, the Blue Max clamps, are going to run right alongside here. Okay? They're going to the place where the fence rails are supposed to adapt to this delta saw are protruded from the table, so I'm just going to clamp this fence right here. I'll make sure I'm held in straight here. Make sure I'm still halfway flush. I'm going to clamp that in place right there. Okay, that one's in place. I'm going to clamp my other side. So my Blue Max clamp is right up against the protrusion there. I'm going to go right straight, keep it over tight. I'm going to lock this into place. So now my cable is going to be able to slide nice and straight. I might just readjust this one clamp. I didn't get it on quite as tight as I wanted to, and now's the time to do that. Okay, that's good. So my cable's going to move in and out. Now, I've kind of got this pre-set up. I have another piece of koa here that I'm going to cut. Here's my issue. That initial piece, we'll just roll that over. This is not planed or jointed. This is rough right here. Not perfectly square. So it should be planed and jointed when you're resawing. It's not necessary in this case because basically I'm clamping this like a log and I'm going to use a sled. I'm going to slide this right through the saw, and I'm just going to take off a skim cut right off the bat. So I'm just going to hold it up against that blade. Check where we are right there. I don't want to take quite that much wood off. The koa is fairly expensive, so I'm just going to back that up a little bit. We're just going to put it in place right there. Now to lock my rails to my table, I'm going to use another Blue Max clamp here. Put it right out through here and lock the whole works right to the table. So now this is locked into place. So now I'm going to push straight. My big advantage here, I'm only putting pressure on the front of the teeth of this blade instead of on the side of the blade like I was with the fence with that wood opening and closing. I was starting to lose my position there. So now I'm just going to feed straight through. already fixed up. Because I cut only on the teeth of the blade and there was lots of clearance for the sawdust and no side pressure, that blade is cool. It's not hot at all like you normally get out of a fence. This little ripper, this is what we call this little tool here, basically a miniature bandsaw mill. Now when we want to move this over, I'm going to just make another cut here for you. I'm just going to move it over a little bit. Nothing has to be real perfect here, but we'll just slide this over. I want to take about a 5/16 cut. I don't want to use up my wood here, so I'm just kind of eyeballing this just for on the camera here. Lock it back into place, and we'll do another cut. Keep your eye on that cut when I'm going through there, and watch to see if it'll open up. Saw blade pinching when the wood is opening up or stretching up going through the fence. There's the little ripper.